All right, welcome everyone to Real Wealth's Thursday webinar. Today's a little bit different. Instead of real estate education or tax planning or creating more wealth or all that good stuff, we're going to focus on a different part of real wealth. At Real Wealth, we see it obviously as not just having a lot of money, but also living life on your own terms, having the money and the freedom to be able to do that. We also see real wealth as giving back. It's real wealth is all areas of your life. When you have true wealth and real wealth, it's about living life on your own terms, about being the best version of yourself. It's about giving back. It's about just all that stuff. That's what wealth is to us. So today we're going to focus on that, the giving back part. So real wealth has been giving back since we started way back in 2003. And we've been giving back to four main organizations that I want to share with you today. And we have a couple representatives from those organizations. They're going to help share what they do and what their organizations do. Really, really powerful. So we're going to move into this. As you probably know and have seen on our website or in our emails, that we donate 10% of the profits that we make from real estate transactions to these four organizations. So every quarter, we take a look at how we did profitability wise, and then we take 10% of those profits and we divide them up among these four charities. So we're going to go into that today. So we formed the Real Wealth Foundation to help give back a portion of our profits. And the Real Wealth Foundation to date, we've now donated over $589,000, or closing in on $600,000 donated to these four charities. First, I want to go into basically what that money means. And basically, it's our members, you guys, investing in real estate. And as you know, we're a real estate brokerage. So when Real Wealth profits from these and you guys buy investment properties and acquire investment properties, here's where your money is going, to these different charities. So Operation Smile, which you're going to hear a lot more about, that is for kids with cleft palates and cleft lips to get these surgeries. And it only costs about $240 on average for one of these kids to get one of these surgeries all around the world. And so to date, that's over 534 surgeries that these kids have received thanks to the funds from Real Wealth. It's over 810 loans with training and mentorship for families around the world through Mentors International. It's also 162 kids' lives that we've saved to help get them off the street into Youth Opportunity Center, which you'll hear more about later. And also it's several more families who now have a home to live in thanks to Habitat for Humanity. Okay, so with that, let's go and take a look at the agenda today. We're going to start with Mentors International. We have Curtis Beasley. He's the president of Mentors International, who's going to join us today. Then we're going to move into hearing more about Operation Smile, their cause and what they do, with Amber Leone. She's going to help out. Amber Leone is going to take us through the whole process of what Operation Smile does and how our funds have an impact on these kids. Then we'll move into Habitat for Humanity and hear more about that, and then finish up with Youth Opportunity Center. So with that, I'm going to bring on Curtis Beasley. He's the president of Mentors International, and he's going to fill in more about what Mentors does. So welcome, Curtis. Great to see you.
Thank you, Rich. Great to see you again. And thank you for having us on your program today. Very succinctly, this is the mission that we have at Mentors International. This, by the way, is our 31st year of being in existence. So we believe if we're teaching people how to become self-reliant, it's important for us to be self-reliant ourselves as an organization. This is what we do: one-on-one mentoring, vocational and business training, and micro lending, as we'll see from the next slide. That is the three-pronged mission of our approach. Not everybody needs vocational and business training. Not everybody might need a micro loan, but we believe that everyone that we work with, which last year was over 30,000 individuals, everyone needs a mentor to help lift them to a higher place. And as you can see from this map, we're now operating in over 11 countries worldwide. We have some others that are on the radar screen as it pertains to growth and expansion. Even amidst the pandemic last year, we were able to expand our operations into other areas in those countries. Currently, we have some expansion growth that maybe next year we'll share with you in Africa. So by and large, our one-on-one mentoring model is exactly what you see here on the screen. With every one of our clients or our mentoring clients, we're able to measure their income, their savings, and their hopefully reduction in personal debt. Every one of your donated dollars last year, pandemic caused us to be slightly less than what we were previously. Every dollar, though, donated creates approximately 3.5 times the economic impact in the countries we're in. And that number at the bottom of this slide represents what Real Wealth Rich has not donated, but that's what your donations have created over the years in the countries where we serve.
It's incredible. That's a big thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you to you. And those percentages you see on the screen are actual last year's numbers. Even amidst the pandemic, our clients increased their earnings by 159%, increased their savings, which in many countries, savings is a foreign concept. Even in the United States of America, it is. But they were also able to reduce their personal debt by 57% last year. But that's the impact that a mentor has on every one of our clients. Now what we'll see, because of the pandemic, though, we had to pivot on a dime because we could no longer, for a period of time, meet face-to-face, one-on-one with many of our clients. So because we had invested in technology 3 or 4 years prior to last year, we were able then to mentor many, if not all, of our clients virtually. And you may be thinking, well, how in these countries where some of those villages don't even have electricity, therefore they don't have computers, how could we virtually meet, mentor, and teach them? Well, almost everybody, virtually, no pun intended, everyone has a cell phone. So there you have, that's what happened last year. We were actually able to see twice as many individuals and have an impact on twice as many individuals last year than the year before, because we were now meeting with them virtually. And so it goes. The only reason we are doing what we do is this slide here. In these wonderful countries we're in, none of these people have any business really smiling or being happy, but because we're providing them with hope, skills to obtain potential job opportunities, providing a micro loan small enough to just infuse some capital into their small business, there you have it. They have smiles on their face. I'm grateful that I'm able now to travel again internationally, which I couldn't do last year.
Yeah.
So because of what you've done, Rich, you yourself personally and your organization, these individuals throughout the world are lifting themselves really to a higher plane with the help of Mentors International. And I'm grateful for you and your clients.
Thank you, Curtis. That's so cool. I love that. You know, it's our purpose is to help people create real wealth. And I love this because it goes beyond the United States. It goes beyond our membership, and where there's 159% increase in earnings, and that I think it was 180% in savings, an increase in savings. I mean, that's phenomenal. So we're as a group, as a membership, our 58,000 members are helping people worldwide create real wealth. That just, good stuff.
It's pretty awesome. So thank you again for having us. Look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you so much, Curtis. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Okay, excellent. So now we're going to move into Operation Smile with Amber Leonti. So she's going to, here you are, Amber, hi.
Hi there.
Good to see you. So Amber's going to just take us
so
through a little bit more what Operation Smile does, and kind of how we originally heard of Operation Smile too. I think she'll share that story.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me, and I'm so happy to be representing Operation Smile. As Rich mentioned, we are an organization that focus primarily on cleft care, cleft lip and cleft palate. And so to set the stage, I want to introduce you to Ramada. Ramada lives in a small village in the Cape Coast of Africa. And as you can see, she has a unilateral cleft, but what you can't see is that she also has a cleft palate, which means on the inside of her roof of her mouth is she has a hole. So things like eating, drinking, latching to nurse were nearly impossible. So failure to thrive is a big deal with our patients. So keep Ramada in your brain while we go through this presentation. So we are approaching our 40th year. We are founded by two individuals, Bill and Kathy McGee, who are still intimately involved in our work. They're in the office every single day now, especially now that the COVID restrictions are starting to lift. Bill was a young plastic surgeon in Virginia Beach, and he had heard that in countries like the Philippines and Vietnam, there was a lot of kiddos that were suffering with cleft palate and cleft lip. And as a plastic surgeon, he knew that it wasn't a simple surgery, but that it was something that they could tackle a decent amount of kids in a short period of time. So he put together 5 surgeons. Kathy was an emergency room nurse at the time, and they went to the Philippines. They thought they would arrive to about 40 to 50 kids, but in reality, on screening day, there was over 500 children and their families that showed up. Most of them traveled 2 to 3 days to get there. So it was an immediate need that they recognized. And as they were leaving, a mom of a patient came up to Bill and said, "These are a bushel of bananas, and I just want to show you the gratitude. You weren't able to care for my child this time, but the fact that someone came just out of the goodness of their heart to do something for our people will stay with me forever." And she said, if you come back in a month, 6 months, or 6 years, these kids will still be waiting. And so, for lack of a better phrase, they got on the plane and Kathy said, this is our calling. This is what we should be doing. So as we head into our 40th year, we've worked in over 60 countries historically, and have able to provide surgeries to just about 500,000 kids. And so why is that? And the reason is there's about 5 million kids and adults around the globe that suffer from cleft conditions, and it happens about 1 every 3 minutes, even here in the United States. So we're ultimately looking to, with the partnership of the communities and the families and the health systems that are there, create a moment of change that you saw with Ramada. As you can see, this little guy from India, he's pre-surgery, and it looks like he has a unilateral cleft as well. But in order to create this, we rely on donors like RealWealth. And I love what, Rich, you said about, service and giving back to your community, because as you can, hopefully you will see that Operation Smile and Bill and Kathy McGee are firmly rooted in service and giving back to their community. So go ahead with the next slide. These are really our core principles. When people hear that I work at Operation Smile, they say, oh, you do surgery. Yes, absolutely, we do surgery, but it's really a small part of our story. It's an important, impactful part of our story, but there's a lot more layers to the Operation Smile onion, if we will. So we deliver surgical care through what we call medical missions, and those can be both international and local. And local means that they are comprised of about 85% local individuals, most of which we've trained over the time in the country. We never want to pop in and pop out. We want to leave that country and establish roots so their healthcare system can rise along with their patients being cured. A really unique thing about Operation Smile is 100% of our medical professionals volunteer their time. So it adds up to a lot of money and time. Last year it was over $20 million in volunteered time from about 5,000 volunteers. We also provide training and education to medical professionals in low and middle income countries. So surgeons, anesthesiologists, child life specialists, something that I'm particularly really proud of, we have added a big component of mental health. We know that caring for ill children or family, what the toll it takes on a family member. So we're providing that service as well. And then we're also really deeply committed to long-term solutions. We are working with an international family study out of USC, where we are collecting saliva samples to really find the root cause of this. So we can not only be more on the prevention side, but the intervention side as well. And then we are deeply, deeply committed to the leadership in our youth. This is actually how Rich and Kathy came to us. Their daughter is an alumni of our student programs, and we have, I need to double check my numbers, we have over 900 student clubs in 44 countries. And what they do is they go out and on these medical missions and interact with the kids, do basic hygiene presentations, CPR, and it's just an amazing experience for the students to get real life leadership training. Okay. And then the next slide is a short little video that really conveys what we can do better than I can in a 2-minute period, and then I'll wrap up. Yeah, so as you can see, we do a lot with a little in combination with donor support like RealWealth, as well as our volunteers' times. We're able to really achieve goals that we never could alone. So we hope that you are inspired to get involved. We have set an ambitious goal over the next 10 years with the starting of our 40th year anniversary to create solutions for 1 million patients. So whether that be surgeries, dental care, nutrition, all of the patients need a lot of things because most of these patients need between 3 and 5 surgeries in their lifetime. So it's not a one-time situation. And we really want to focus on, with your support, taking care of that full child throughout their continuum of care as long as they need us. So we really hope that you'd like to get involved. If not, you know, Bill McGee always says that love is making somebody else's problem your own. And so I hope that if Operation Smile isn't your organization that strikes a chord with you today, that you choose another one of the organizations that RealWealth and Kathy and Rich support, because it's such a noble cause. The more good done in the world, the better we all are. So thank you so much for your time, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Amber. And I just want to add on top of that, just about sharing about our younger daughter, Krista. You know, she went to Thailand and spent that over a week there. And it was so life-changing for her that when she got into college, she put her focus on business entrepreneurship and got a minor in sociology. She just graduated, and her intention is to start a foundation that supports things just like Operation Smile, and to grow that. And then she's taken a year off after college to go to Thailand, to go back to Thailand and teach English as a second language. So she was so moved by that experience that
well, I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah, you know, the medical missions that I've had the opportunity to be on, I really struggle to put into words because it's just such a powerful human experience. But my favorite part are the students, because they're just brilliant. They can interact with the kids and the parents in a way that sometimes us adults can't. We're worried about things, and they're able just to, you know, sit on the floor and play. And, you know, sometimes that's the most important thing you can do. And so, well, congratulations on your graduate.
Thank you. And thanks for being here today.
My pleasure.
All right. Talk to you soon. All right. Excellent. So good stuff, man. Ooh, my heart is full. All right, so moving into Habitat for Humanity. So Habitat for Humanity, it's a global nonprofit housing organization. You can move to the next slide. It's in more than 70 countries. It's in all 50 states of the United States and more than 70 countries, as you can see there. Habitat's vision is a world of a world where everyone has a decent place to live. So here we are in real estate. We provide a lot of housing for people, obviously, and our rentals and all that. Habitat takes it to the next level as far as making sure people have a decent place to live. So Habitat works toward this vision by building strength, stability, and self-reliance in partnership with people and families in need of a decent and affordable home. Okay, I'll go to the next slide here. So it's been incredible being able to give back to Habitat. And one of the things that we're trying to get scheduled here, we were just about to do it, and then the whole pandemic hit. Our whole team at RealWealth is going to start doing these Habitat builds where we can all go and contribute and help build homes for these families. And so once we can make that happen and Habitat is doing active builds again, we'll definitely let you, our members, know. So if you want to join us on any of those builds, it's an incredible experience. All right, so I'll just read this here. Habitat and Humanity partners with people in your community and all over the world to help them build or improve a place they can call home. Habitat homeowners help build their own homes alongside volunteers and pay an affordable mortgage. So the cool thing about that is when the people who are getting a home built for themselves, they join in, they do the build. They also sign up and say, I'm going to help on future builds and help other families. So part of that whole process, they don't just get a free house. They do get a free house, but they contribute, they help, and then they make a commitment to help build more homes in the future. I think it's 6 homes that they commit to when they're getting a home built for themselves. So it's a really cool program that keeps building on itself. Really phenomenal. All right, so I'll just read this here. In response to the ever-growing need for shelter, Habitat works in many ways. New construction, repairs to existing homes, small loans for incremental building and home improvements, help establishing title and ownership to land, advocacy for better laws and systems, disaster prevention and recovery when those storms hit, and so much more. So incredible organization. So a lot of the funds that we've donated are going to Habitat, obviously 1/4 of those funds, and it's really made a difference there. So I'll go on with this. Improving affordable home ownership leads to numerous outcomes that extends beyond just the house. In the US, these include greater economic stability, access to quality education, increased civic and social engagement, better health, and a reduced environmental footprint. In addition, studies show that strong and stable households are foundational to child development and growth. So you can see we're definitely about kids here too, and our next generation. So phenomenal things that Habitat's doing for that. So I'll continue on with your financial support. Families can help build strength, stability, and independence by building a safe and secure place to call home. Families who partner with Habitat build their own homes alongside volunteers, pay an affordable mortgage, and are grateful for your help. So if you want to contribute or donate, or actually there's the Habitat stores where you can actually go and purchase things, which those funds go back to help Habitat for Humanity. But you can also volunteer and do one of these home builds, or a team build as they call it. So to do that, you can call 1-800-HABITAT for more information, or go to Habitat, their website. No problem. You can find that easily on our website, or just look up Habitat for Humanity and you can learn more about Habitat. Okay, and then the final organization is the Youth Opportunity Center. So we've been giving back to Youth Opportunity Center for years now, not as long as the other groups, because we had not heard of Youth Opportunity Center until maybe it was, I think, about 8 years ago. So let's go into what Youth Opportunity Center does. They're out in Indiana. And what they do is they help kids who are on the streets or come from a very challenged home life. So let me just start they can say it better. So I'm going to share a video right now about Youth Opportunity Center and what they do. So let me play that video for you here.
My name is Jordan, and my parents struggle with addiction.
I'm Sam. My brother was shot and killed by a gang.
I am Tasha. I've been a victim of trafficking.
I'm Brian. My mom is never around.
I take care of my 3 siblings. The only meals we get are at school.
My name is Adrian. My mom's in jail, and my dad is abusive.
I'm told I'm twice as likely to become addicted.
They say I'll end up dead or in prison.
People say I'll never break free from trafficking. That is my future. They tell me I'm less likely to graduate high school than my peers.
They tell me I'll end up being abusive too.
But the YOC, they tell me a healthy life is possible. One day, I'll be an engineer.
The YOC shows me I have better options than death or prison. I'm preparing to go to college.
The YOC taught me that I am more than an object. I'll have a family of my own someday. The YOC inspires me to dream big. I can achieve more than I ever thought possible.
The YOC will help me break the cycle of abuse. I want to help kids just like me.
So the question is,
will you help me? Will you help me?
Will you help me?
Will you help me?
will you help me?
All right, powerful stuff. Yes, we will help you, no doubt, and we have. And so thank you to you, our Real Wealth members, and the help that you've provided through your real estate transactions and acquiring rental properties and all that. It's all that's coming back. So much of that's coming back to helping these kids and helping the other organizations. So I'll just read this. You probably got the gist of it, but basically since the early 1990s, the YOC has provided a safe place for thousands of youth and families across the state of Indiana. Now, nearly 3 decades later, over 10,000 children and families in the majority of Indiana counties have been helped by the services provided at the YOC. We are a premier outpatient and residential treatment facility located in Muncie, Indiana, which provides clinical, behavioral, medical, and academic strategies and services to kids and families from across the state. Our uniqueness is our ability to service the most difficult youth with extreme behavior and emotional challenges. So Kathy and I have toured the facility there. It's a beautiful campus. We met a lot of the kids. They're very grateful for the support that Real Wealth has given to them. And it's just amazing to watch, to see the transformation in some of these kids and hearing their stories. And man, it was very heartfelt, that visit and that tour of the facility, and meeting some of the people who work there, the nurses, the doctors, the therapists, really, really talented team of people who really care about these kids. Okay, I'll move to the next slide here. So this is from the CEO, Rick, who Kathy and I got to meet, a really, really cool, grounded guy. He said, the world tells the kids that we serve at the YOC that they are less than others, that they have few options and little chance of success. But together with our selfless supporters, the YOC tells kids to have dreams and equips them to achieve those dreams. We give them the tools they need to achieve small victories, knowing that with each win, their future odds get better. So really, really good stuff. All right, so here's who they serve. You heard this in the video: chronic mental health issues, traumatic life experiences. You heard the girl talking about trafficking. It's crazy. So you can see who they serve. There are so many different things and challenges, and the stories that we heard from the different kids there, and ran across all these type of challenges. So really phenomenal, the work they're doing there. We'll finish with this. I've never felt as supported as I have here. This is from one of the residents. You gave me so much hope in times when I wanted to just drop everything and give up. For so long, I was okay with being misunderstood, but now I know my purpose and I want everyone else to know it too. And it's really cool. I love what they're doing there. Well, if you want to get back to Youth Opportunity on your own, if you were touched by that or what they're doing or any of that, you can see right here. You can email their executive director, Laura, right there, lredder@yocinc.org if you want to get in touch with them. Of course, they have a website as well. You can go to yocinc.org and check out their site and learn more about their organization and what they do. So with that, I'll wrap things up here. I just want to, again, thank you so much for giving back to supporting the mission and the purpose at RealWealth. Our whole team of over 20 employees and everyone working toward this, it really touches me in the heart and just really makes such a big difference for us, what RealWealth really is to us, helping people live life on their own terms. So thank you for helping people do that around the world and in the United States. So I thank you. Thanks for being here today.